Here is part one of Who the Fuck Did I Marry?
Yep, TMZ Verified the podcast. I'm Wyld.
I'm Steph.
What up, Steph?
Hi, how are you?
I feel like it's been a while, but it's only been a week.
I know. It's hard now because we sit next to each other, so we just do a hi-bye.
They switched our desk in the office, y'all, so we literally sit like this.
Right,
but there's like a partition.
They knew. They were like, we
cannot
separate
them too.
Yeah.
Speaking of craziness, the stories we got today, y'all.
Are my favorite. They're so good.
When we sat down this morning and we was like, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we looked up and we go, oh.
This is good.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. So we're going to talk about Billie Eilish was at the People's Choice Awards, but she wasn't the only one there. There were a bunch of influencers there, and apparently she had issues with that. But one of the influencers responded.
Clap back.
Also,
favorite story of the week.
If you watch Netflix's dating show Love is Blind, then you already know what we're talking about. There is a woman on there. Her name is Chelsea Blackwell. Chelsea, during the datation, she told the guy that she was, attempting this to court that she looked like Megan Fox. And I'm on Chelsea's side. We're going to talk about it. But first, if you've been on TikTok, you saw or Reesa Teesa.
Iconic. Taking over the internet one TikTok at a time.
I don't think there's been a person on TikTok that has
dominated the FYP like this.
Got us in a chokehold. So if you don't know what we're talking about, there is a woman who goes by Reesa Teesa on TikTok. A few days ago, she uploaded a series. There are 50 parts to this series.
50.
And each part is 10 minutes long. But she is dragging her ex-husband. And the series is called Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Let's play a little bit of that and then we'll talk after.
Here is part one of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? So I met my ex-husband around March 4th of 2020. We met on Facebook dating site and we also matched on Hinge. So it was a running joke between us. Oh, you ain't even recognize that you had matched with me on Hinge. No, I didn't. And also that should have been a red flag. By the way, you will notice in this story, I called it the United Nations of red flags. It is so many red flags that, you would have thought I was colorblind because I ignored all of them.
Honestly, Reesa, you gotta be colorblind to something, sis, because...
This is so relatable.
So y'all, let me just give y'all a little bit more context. So Reesa met her ex-husband, who she calls Legion. She met Legion like right before the pandemic came. They got together right before the pandemic. They were a couple. They decided to quarantine together. But then she started to realize a bunch of alleged lies that just started like trickling out. For example, they claimed that Legion at some point claimed that he was going to buy them a house. They would get up into the purchasing process. And then when the seller would be like, show proof of income, Legion would be like, oh, I ain't got that. I'm going to show you that. Or he would just lie, allegedly, about seemingly everything from his job, how he made money, his family.
And don't forget the biggest part, the twin brother.
The alleged twin brother that still lived back home in Philly, because Legion is allegedly from Philly. This story, dog, I just feel like I've never been in a chokehold so much. I've sat down. I'm on part about 37, but I'd like to keep going.
Even with ADHD, you can watch this. It's that entertaining that every single story, you're like, oh, what happens next?
Mm-hmm.
And remember, she details things that we don't really need to know, but we appreciate. I love when people give the dirty, dirty details. The fact that she said, there's so many red flags that I must have been colorblind, relatable.
It was like he lied about his job. He lied about being the VP of the company. He was also just making up random people. He would be like, oh, this is my executive assistant, Bradley or something. And then Bradley don't even the hell exist. It was just some random homie that he had on the phone pretending to be Bradley.
The craziest part is that the alleged twin brother is the one that had the job, had the money, had the car, had the house. So he's basically just lying. That would be like me saying your life in a bullet point and then say it's mine.
Okay, so the plot has thickened, y'all, because Legion has come out and he's responding. Well, this is a guy who I'll say is believed to be Legion, because again, it's TikTok, y'all.
We never know.
You never really know. So this guy that is claiming to be Legion has come out and basically said, this is awesome bullshit. Here's what he said.
I'm gonna address the rumor Reesa Teesa ex-wife who straight line to y'all. It's sad because it's completely false. More to the point, I haven't decided who I'm gonna talk to exactly or go on whose page or whatever. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know that she lied about everything. Follow her, don't follow her. That's up to you. All that stuff she said, it's complete lies.
First of all, listen to the audio, podcast listeners. It sounds like at home, no job. It does.
So you on Reese's side?
Yes. The fact that he's clapping back at a 50-part series, she's not lying. Like, there's no way. The detail that goes into all these videos, he is just mad that she, and you know what? My ex-boyfriends better watch out because I'm going to do the same thing. Like, every girl on the planet should be doing a 50-part series. Let's start a trend here. He's clapping back because he's embarrassed. I don't know who I'm going to contact.
Like as if Netflix is banging on his door.
Like you can afford a lawyer. And I'm not judging. I'm just saying, based off of the 50-part series, allegedly he cannot afford a lawyer.
So Legion, the person we believe to be Legion, his real name has been leaked. And we believe it's this guy who you just heard speaking, whose name is Jerome. He goes on to say that not only did Reesa Teesa lie about the whole situation, but the reason that they broke up, according to Legion, is because he walked in on her having sex with another man. And then he goes on to allege that the other man threatened him with a gun, which was what forced him to leave their situation that they had in Georgia.
Start your 50-part series. Explain it.
You go detail it step by step, day by day.
I don't believe.
You don't believe?
Start a 50-part series. Clap back. Don't worry about a lawyer, baby. Get on the TikTok. You can make this video at your house. We know you have the time.
Allegedly, we don't know.
Allegedly, Jerome has the time, according to her series. Yeah.
So what do you think? What is the resolve here? Like,
Guys,
I am
don't
actually
start.
surprised. Let me tell y'all, we do a series here called TMZ Investigates. If you haven't seen it, we do a lot of really great documentaries and specials. I need to walk up to Harvey and say, Harvey Levin, we need a TMZ Investigates Reesa Teesa. Because, am I wrong?
Immediately. First of all, I also want to talk about the biggest part about this on TikTok. Okay. So first week of this was, okay, let's all watch this 50-part series, right? Second part was him clapping back. Third part now, how much money is this girl making? And you know what? Justice for what she went through. The fact that Jerome, allegedly, did all these things, she's making money because she got lied to.
How much did they say she was like allegedly or might be making?
$86,000.
What?
Allegedly.
If you're going to cheat on me or not cheat on me, but treat me bad and lie to me and I get $87,000, come on, bring it on.
No, I'm literally about to leave this right here and go ask Harvey. I can do it about my back.
Because that's what I'm saying.
Because also, if you're detailing your personal life and you're raw and honest, people appreciate that on social media. That is the key to being successful on TikTok is honest, raw, real, and like, unless she's a pathological liar, there's no way you do a 50-part series.
That is a lot of talking to be making up. It is.
So he's just bitter that she's making money off of his mistake.
I will say that the Facebook account that is believed to be connected to Reesa's ex-boyfriend, Legion, a.k.a. Jerome, did post a status saying, Netflix show coming soon. So
Look at my eyes roll into rolling my eyes so hard I can see the back of my brain or the front of my brain.
This is a messy ass story. We're just going to have to see how this unfolds. But
it's not over.
You go, there's more.
No, because start your 50-part series then. He can't because he's lying.
You go, Jerome, you got 24 hours to respond.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Okay.
Right.
And if you would like to come on Verified and explain, please contact.
Should we move on?
Yes. Bryce Hall is clapping back at Billie Eilish's TikTok diss at the People's Choice Awards. So as we know, Billie Eilish was at the People's Choice Awards and she was caught on camera pointing and kind of wondering why there was a bunch of TikTokers there.
It was a little shady. She seemed to say something like, why are they here? Or there are a lot of TikTokers over there. And then she goes, oh, I don't need that, as if to say they don't need to be here.
And as we know, the TikTokers can do the lips, like read the lips perfectly. We're talking captions, every word. So basically the TikTok phenomenon himself, Bryce Hall, responded in a TikTok kind of saying like, sarcastically apologizing for not like bowing down to her and saying like, you know, graciously, you know, for her disgust, basically.
Let's play a little bit of that now.
First off, Billie Eilish, I am so sorry that I didn't acknowledge your greatness and bow down to you being another human being. There it is right now. And second, People's Choice invited us personally. Everyone that attended People's Choice and was sitting at those tables, we were invited by People's Choice. So hate on them. But the most sad thing, let me just wipe my tear real quick. The most sad thing is what I was a Billie Eilish stan. I stand you, Billie Eilish. And now I don't think I can renegade to any of your songs anymore. So thanks for taking out all my content.
Now, guys, when you watch the clip of Billie, like take a sec. Clearly, her facial expressions, even without saying anything, she's not like a fan of the influencers being there. And it was like Bryce, Tana, Chris Olsen, Gigi Gorgeous, Alex Earl, James Charles influencer vibe. Mm-hmm. And Bryce says that like all the influencers were invited. So Billie should be mad at the PCAs, not the influencers, because they were invited to this. You know what I mean? And he was a big fan of Billie, he says, before this whole thing, and he's not going to post with her music anymore. That was like his big thing. But I don't think Billie cares.
No.
That's my honest opinion.
I don't think she cares either.
Do you think Billie's at home like shaking in her boots? Like, no.
Mm-mm. What do you think about this? Do you think Bryce is wrong or do you think Billie's wrong?
Controversial take. If I was like a very talented singer, which I'm not, and I was at the People's Choice Awards and there was a bunch of influencers there, and the raw honest truth is like influencers do not have to work as hard as like a singer, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And I would be a little bit annoyed if they were like getting the same limelight as me. My only question is, were they just like on the side, like not getting as much recognition? We weren't there, so we don't know.
Right.
That's my only thing.
I feel like Bryce Hall first of all, let me just say this. We actually like Bryce Hall.
We do. He's a friend of the show.
Yeah, he was on here. We like him. He's cool ass dude. But at the same time, I think we got to stop pacifying all these kids in the world. Like, there are levels to talent. And if you think that Billie Eilish being a Grammy-winning songwriter and a singer equals the same thing as you popping the fuck around on TikTok, like anybody could do the floss and the whoa.
That's what
you know what I'm saying? Like, there are literally levels to talent. I don't see anything wrong with Billie Eilish being like, why are these TikTokers here? And if y'all was going to invite a bunch of TikTokers, maybe don't invite Billie Eilish or other credible celebrities. Like, I am someone who, like, we love influencers. We're in that space. Like, we're young. Like, it's our thing. But, like, at the same time, I'm not going to compare Bryce Hall and whoever else.
Celine Dion. Like, a real talent. And
to stars?
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said about, we know how not easy the influencer life is, but it's just not as hard as, like, being a singer or even being like, let's say a random job, like an accountant or, you know, have to clock in. There's just, yes, there's work to it. I don't think that it's like, but some of them are just waking up and doing very easy content. Like, it depends on the person.
I think, and I think a lot of people are like sensitive to like not offending people, but like, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you are an established talent, actor, director, you are not on the same level as someone who just posts lip syncing videos on TikTok.
Right. And I think they invite these influencers. This is a hot take. I think they invite the influencers to these, you know, award shows to let the audience of the TikTokers watch the award show.
That's all it is.
But at the same time, I don't understand how does that equal, where's the line between fans of real talent and fans of you like being talented, of like being yourself? That's not a talent.
It's honestly not.
Yeah, and if you're not nominated, like the streamies I get because it's like about influencers.
Right, exactly.
Like, and I honestly think Billie Eilish shouldn't be at the streamies.
No, why would she be there?
Right, so it's kind of like the same argument, but that's my opinion.
No, I think we're on the same page. I completely agree. I think that like doctors and nurses aren't the same.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying?
Right, like I don't get that.
Why are we so weird about that?
Yeah.
Bryce Hall, you and Billie Eilish are not the same. And it doesn't make one person better than the other person. But like on talent and skill, I don't think the skills are comparable.
And even in the clip, Billie's not like talking shit. She's confused.
She's just like, what those whole lot of TikTokers over there?
Yeah.
Like,
and if I was a talented singer, I can't guarantee that I wouldn't also look at you if you were there with me and be like,
why are we all in the same place? Exactly.
That's my thoughts.
Okay. Look at us agreeing.
For the first
we are never going to get an influencer back on this show.
I literally just thought that. I'm like, just
now they hate us because we've been championing them. We do, like...
But this is a good space
This
for
is
them.
a spot.
Right.
You want to do
TikTok,
something?
streamies,
TMZ
pool
verified the
parties,
podcast.
pool parties in Vegas, like clubs,
Exactly.
promoting. Like for sure, that's like a perfect spot for you. And again, you're making money too. Like, what do
Yeah.
you care? Just don't say what it is not.
You're not going to get a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but everybody knows your name. Win-win.
Iconic. Like,
Yeah,
why
like-
are we complaining? You know what? If I could sit in my bedroom and make $1 million,
Literally.
why are you? Billie Eilish has to get up, write songs,
Gotta go on
produce, go on tour.
I would
tired.
I would rather be an influencer, honestly.
I think Bryce Hall is on the wrong side of this. I think and I love you, Bryce, but you need to be like, I'm lucky because I can go to this and like I don't have to do anything.
Hating ass Billie Eilish. That's what you should have said. Yeah.
Not, I deserve to be here. Why?
Relax. You don't.
I think you're talented in your own way.
In your own
That's
way.
like saying, what's an example? A gardener is as talented as like a house painter. Like they're the same but different like
It's different
fields.
skill sets.
No one cares.
Different
Like really.
skill sets. All right. Let's move on.
That was the worst analogy of all time. Gardeners and house painters. What am I saying?
I don't know. I'm keeping that in though.
Okay.
Okay. If you are watching season 6 of Love is Blind on Netflix, you know Chelsea Blackwell and Megan Fox, they're the same person. You want to argue with me about this? Because Stephanie does not think so. If you're currently watching season 6 of Love is Blind on Netflix, there is a couple, Chelsea and Jimmy. Y'all know on Love is Blind, you don't get to see the other person until like a certain point in the show. So they're in these pods and they get on a doppelganger conversation and Chelsea goes,
Do you ever get told you look like a celebrity?
Yeah,
Do you?
I do.
I do too. All the time on the plane, I get one person. And it's just because I have dark hair and blue eyes.
Ooh.
But I don't see it. So don't get excited.
Say it.
It's MG. I don't even know if it's MGK's wife or his girlfriend.
Megan Fox.
As someone with blue eyes and dark hair, I do not look like Megan Fox.
well, that's because you don't look like Megan Fox, but like
She
Chelsea
does
looks like
not
Megan Fox.
look like Megan Fox.
Okay, if you do one of these, the Chelsea.
Dude, the fact that you are even like, I'm not saying that it's not her. She should have said she should have phrased it differently. That's the issue here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to think of like a blue-eyed.
So does she resemble Megan Fox, you think?
If I squint and turn my head sideways, I'm not saying I'm saying she's gorgeous, but I'm saying Megan Fox and her do not look the same.
I just feel like
That is literally like me. Go watch on YouTube. Look at my face. I do not look like Megan Fox just because I have blue eyes and dark hair. That is the same argument.
But if I do one of these, like I'm joking.
You would have to be drunk, high, and crazy to think I look like Megan Fox.
I just think she has the like sultry, kind of like
Sure.
seductive eye look. She has the same color hair that Megan had at one point. I think if Megan Fox had like a cousin, a second cousin, okay, maybe a third cousin, this would be Chelsea Blackwell. No?
Guys. And to be on a show like this, it would be different if we're chatting it up and you go, what's your celebrity? And you're like, I can't think of anyone. I guess Megan Fox. But this guy cannot see her. That's the point of the show, guys. He cannot see her.
Mhm.
So you're describing what you look like. That would be like, Wyld, close your eyes right now.
Mhm.
If I said, I look like Angelina Jolie because she has brown hair and light eyes.
And then I saw you in person and I
And you go, absolutely not.
ah!
I do not look like her. That's like the craziest thing ever. Just because someone has the same features as someone else doesn't mean you look like them. She should have said it in a different context. Like maybe when they met, be like, I was going to tell you I looked like Megan Fox, but then like you'd have
But I didn't want you
unrealistic expectations.
So do you think she was being like what's the word I'm looking for?
Reaching.
I think deceptive.
I think that it was just not a good thing to say on a show like this when you're describing your features and what you look like to someone who cannot see you.
You know,
I would say if I was her, okay,
okay.
let's put me on the show.
Mhm.
Close your eyes.
Yes.
I have brown hair,
Mm-hmm.
blue eyes, pale skin, and I'm 5'2". That would be my description. I would never say I look like Megan Fox.
I mean, I don't know. A part of me just feels like everybody's hating because maybe nobody never told you look like Megan Fox.
Confirming? No one's ever told me that. Like, why would they tell me that? I don't look like her. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
I just think a lot of people want to look like Megan Fox, and they mad that she looks like Megan Fox, and they don't.
Okay.
There was another woman. There was another woman on the show. So they had two options to pick from. Jimmy did not pick the other woman. Her name was Jessica. Jessica was also attractive. Like, both of them are equally attractive. But if I had to pick between Jessica and Megan Fox, I'm gonna go Megan Fox adjacent.
Okay, cool. Everyone has a different type. I just think like you shouldn't describe yourself as anyone unless you're like accurately. That's like Facetune on Instagram. Don't be a catfish. And I don't, okay, to her defense, if you're listening to this, okay, Chelsea, love you. I think that you weren't being like demonic in this. You weren't trying to like sway him a different way. I think you're on a show. You're trying to describe what you look like.
Right.
You're being kind of flirty, sexy. And also you want him to like you. So you're like, who's a really sexy girl? I'm going to say this because like I've gotten it once in high school 16 years ago.
The shade. All right, well.
Gorgeous though. Gorgeous. I mean it. She is stunning.
She's really
Look at the picture of her.
attractive, yes.
She's gorgeous. But what I'm saying is you don't look like Megan Fox.
All right, well, if you want to watch the second half of season 6 of Love is Blind, that starts streaming yesterday, the 21st. So you can check it out right now on Netflix.
Again, love you. You're gorgeous. Not Megan Fox.
And haters gonna hate because I'm on Team Chelsea, a.k.a. Team Megan Fox.
And maybe okay, one more thing.
Okay.
I'm a little bit bitter because she said, not that she looks like Megan Fox right away. She said MGK's wife or girlfriend. And that is not how I would describe the iconic Megan Fox.
That's fair.
Huh?
That's fair. Yeah,
that's
come on.
why
Put some
I
respect
think
on her
that's
name,
why
yeah.
like everyone's upset.
All right, that's fair.
She did go on her TikTok, Chelsea.
Oh my God,
Sorry.
I'm crying.
I'm not done. She did go on her TikTok and she said, anyone who's called me Megan Fox, it's your time to like
Please
stand
step up. And nobody stepped up.
Are those people in the room with us right now? Because
48 hours later and no one has stepped up.
I'm giving you 24 hours to be one of those people, and it's not looking good.
Chelsea, if you want to come on TMZ Verified and
We'd love to have you.
defend your
Yeah.
Megan Foxism, I am Team Chelsea. So, sis, come on.
But
Come
don't
on
hate
with it.
me, like when you come in.
All right.
I think you're gorgeous.
That's going to do it for us today. This is a lot. See?
I'm always right. I told you these were like the
You
best
did tell
stories
us
ever.
these were good stories. If you're not already, be sure to follow the podcast on all podcast platforms. Don't just rate us and review us. You have to follow the show so that you never miss a new episode of the show. And if you want to see our faces, the show is on YouTube also. So just check it out on YouTube. Just search TMZ Verified, the podcast.
And remember, we read every comment,
We actually do read every comment.
even the mean one.
Even the me. All right, we're going to get out of here. We'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.